Hello and welcome to week 3 of 1302. And this week we'll be talking about something that is probably going to seem right on the nose of everything that's happening in our country and in the news. We'll be discussing race and its role in America. So as I said, for this unit, you're going to investigate the role of race in America through 2 poems, 2 letters, and a few videos to provide important background and context. So like last week, especially considering everything that's been going down, we can understand that race is an incredibly sensitive subject and is often incredibly difficult to talk about. And especially right now, I think it's important for us to realize and understand that the thing that we need to do is just fumble through these conversations. So there might be things that we say that are wrong or things that we say unknowingly that are offensive, and we have to stumble through those conversations and be humble in terms of what that means and how we're articulating it. Okay, so make sure that you watch these 2 crash course videos that will provide some context for you. And along those lines, you'll be reading 2 poems. One is called How to Write the Great American Novel by Sherman Alexie, Como Tu, Like You, Like Me by Richard Blanco, and 2 letters. So one is called Letter to My Son by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and this is a section of a much longer work of his book called Between the World and Me. And in this book, he is addressing his young black son about what it means to be black in America. And then obviously a very famous letter by Martin Luther King Jr. called Letter from a Birmingham Jail. And especially when we're engaging the works of Martin Luther King Jr., I think it's important to understand that historically the Martin Luther King Jr. that existed is different from the Martin Luther King Jr. that we perceive and that was often taught in our schools, who's been a little bit whitewashed and for lack of a better term, just neutered in terms of his overall message. So there might be some things that are said here that might surprise you, but I think once again are very poignant right now. And then also make sure that you're exploring these resources, 6 ways to win an argument, and deciding to write an evaluation. Okay, and so here's what you're going to be doing for your discussion board, which is a little bit different than what we've done for past discussion boards. So after reading all the text and exploring the resources, choose one of the texts to evaluate. So another term for evaluate that you could use here would be something like review. You are going to write a review for one of those particular texts, right? These 4 are the ones that I'm talking about. Not the background context, not the resources, these texts. You're going to choose one of those to evaluate. So you will compose one body paragraph that articulates your unique judgment of the text argument and your own thoughts in relationship to that text. You will also compose an additional body paragraphs in response to the posts of 2 classmates. So you have 3 paragraphs altogether, and you're going to use these templates. And I want to explore these really quick. So for your initial submission, you'll put the title of the text by the author of the text, and then right here, what I'm looking for is for you to make a judgment of the text. So don't summarize it, don't even analyze it right here. What you want to do is to make a judgment. Is boring, is eye-opening, is powerful, is heartbreaking, something like that. Those are the types of words that I'm looking for in the judgment. So the key point of an evaluation or a review is for the reader to determine if they actually want to engage that text. So what you want to do is not summarize what happened, but cue your reader into the idea if it is something that they want to consume as well. Okay, and that is the key point of an evaluation, and that's what you want to do for this assignment. So make sure that you're being as sensitive as possible, but once again, don't be afraid to state your argument. So we might fumble through these ideas and say things that might wind up being problematic, but let's be humble about it, but also be courageous with our own opinions. So just a reminder, and everyone's been really good about it so far, that all of your work this week will be due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night, okay? And keep in mind, we're quickly approaching the end of class. So something I would encourage you to do is make sure that you're looking ahead to that final assignment, which you can see in week 4. So this is the final essay. And remember that you are essentially composing an essay over a particular film that you will choose. So you'll either do The Great Gatsby by Baz Luhrmann, Little Women by Greta Gerwig, or Get Out by Jordan Peele. So you got to figure out which one of those kind of best matches your interests. And what I would do is I would maybe watch it this week to let ideas start kind of brewing around in your mind before we begin composing the paper next week. Okay, If you are still struggling with ways that your compositions are supposed to look for class, please make sure that you reference the midweek check-in. So I posted a video there about what a really good composition can look like and even ways to improve a really good composition. I've also attached a screenshot of those particular compositions as well as the arguments. I believe that is everything for my video this week. So once again, please make sure that you drop in on Google Hangouts for a video chat or a text chat. However it is that can help you, I'll be more than happy to assist you at any time between noon and 2 p.m. Sometimes you can catch me before or after. Or if you feel comfortable just doing audio or even just texting, that's more than fine with me as well. So I hope you all have a great week. Make sure to try to knock out all of your reading and exploring these resources as early as today. So if you knock it out on Monday, then you have the rest of the week to start working on your composition. Okay? All right, you all are all awesome humans. Have an excellent week, and please let me know if you need any assistance.